Race 7 of the BMW IBSF Women's and Men's Skeleton World Cup. The makeup races for Koenigsegg, Bavaria. We're in Calgary, Alberta in Canada. World Cup racing here for the first time in 4 seasons. Martin Haven alongside me, John Morgan, getting ready for the second and deciding heat of round 7 of the series. And John, after the first heat, we thought we were in for a massively tight battle for the medals when we saw Tina Herrmann get in the fray.
Well, she's the top German athlete. Jacqueline Lolling not here, home for family reasons. But Tina Herrmann, second in World Cup points, or third in World Cup points. She put herself in a good medal position. And chasing down Alina Nikitina here, who the Russian female rocket. She owns a start record top of the track. Got close to it, only 100th off her own start record. Didn't have a great drive down the track, especially there in the finish curve. Sergei Chudinov, her coach, looks on, but wow, Mimi Reniva from Canada. Wow, did she rock it down the track? 10th behind at the start. She won earlier this year in St. Moritz, the only other place she's ever won, and on a track that is her home track. She was really spectacular, Martin, winning over by 3/10, which is an eternity of time on this track.
A huge margin. I mean, look at the gap. Nikitina, Herrmann, and last time's winner, Elizabeth Meyer, 4 years ago, separated by 400s. That's what we thought our podium battle was going to be, until Mimi just made them all look very second class. Laura Dees, Jane Channel, who was also on the podium here previously in selection races and has the track record here, and our 16 sleds all safely completed. So Marina Gilardoni will lead the field off into the second and deciding heat. And just remind you that not everybody who's here is actually in this race. You're only allowed to be in this race if you were originally entered for the race in Koenigsegg. There you can see Madeline Smith, you saw Laura Dees of Great Britain. They were all originally due to be in that race. They got snowed off, as was Tina Herrmann. So air temperature +2.
It's beautiful.
You know, it was minus,
compared to what it's been out here.
It was minus 20 yesterday. It was not warm at all. There's barely a breath of wind. Lots of athletes haven't been here before. Kim Marmons of Belgium, one of those. There's quite a few in the women's field that have never been on this track. And there's Mimi Reniva. Well, she has got good form here, and she really put that to good advantage. As you said, only ever won twice, twice in 3 years in St. Moritz. But boy, oh boy, this could be a whole different story for her. And of course, where are we going for the World Championships in a couple of weeks? To another Canadian track in Whistler. Marina Gilardoni will kick off our second heat action. USA Savannah Graybill follows her off, then Kimberly Boss and Arta Kutsina, Kim Marmons and so on. They go in reverse order of their first heat performance, so the leader goes last to defend 3300's advantage. Both runs count, so if you've had a good one already, you've got to have an even better one to make sure you stay in your position. 16 sleds for the penultimate World Cup race of the women's season. With the BMW IBSF season finale here in Calgary, Alberta in Canada. Martin Haven and John Morgan, trackside, watching the action with you.
Well, our first athlete down, Marina Gilardoni, former bobsledder, who 2 years ago, Martin, was just winning her first medals in Koenigsegg, and wow, right before the Olympics in the 2016-17 season, we thought she was really an upscale opportunity, but injuries last year and injuries again this year, Martin, and she's in the back of the pack.
Yeah, she is. She's struggling here in terms of speed at the start, and this is a real superhighway. If you don't have the speed away from the line, then you're going to struggle to find it anywhere else.
She used to have one of the best starts.
She did indeed,
She came from bobsled brakeman, and she's out here competing. We also talked about maybe she's a candidate to go to the women's monobob.
Yeah,
it's a full medal Olympic sport, 2022, and we've seen some people cross over. And then the other question is, can an athlete do both? Can they do skeleton?
I wouldn't say there's any reason why not. I think a luge quite often used to get athletes do doubles and singles.
Chris Master tried that no longer, but
yeah,
they went 2-man and 4-man bobsled.
Yeah. No reason why not. But then they're both in bobsled, so I don't know.
But it coming out of bobsled, never been done. But boy, it's an interesting conversation piece.
Well, I don't think she'd really thought of it before, but I was talking to her yesterday, and she went, maybe.
if she could drive one of these little trays down the ice at 78 miles an hour, there's no reason she can't do the same. You know, the monobobs don't go much faster than this.
Yeah, they probably feel a lot safer. 58.14 slide. Now that's getting on for 3/4 of a second faster than her first heat, John.
I'm okay, Mom.
Hey,
all right. Oh no, we're fine. You know, we were worried about you as well. Savannah Graybill next up for the USA. Caleb Smith with the sled. Savannah restores antique motorcycles during the summer. Let's see if she can crank this one out. 5:69 first heat.
Well, you got a slow start. It's tough to manufacture any kind of time on this track. You know,
5:61. That's 800s faster, so finds a little bit more.
Boy, that's inconsistent. That tells me she made a mistake in the first run at the start.
She had a start time.
She was 2100s ahead of Marina Gilardoni from the first heat. That's all gone. Gilardoni starting 1500s quicker.
Remember, Martin, we brought up the fact that the skeleton sleds did not arrive here together.
Yeah.
One truckload was here, the other truckload was not. So they couldn't practice the first 2 days.
Yeah.
So they had to practice yesterday. Everybody was opportunity for 3 trips. You take 2 trips, you qualify. Most teams, most athletes took 2 trips. So they're really working on it, not with a lot of practice time.
No, this is real hurry-up offense, and particularly for sliders who've got very limited experience. It's the first World Cup here in 4 full seasons, so not too many sliders have been here a lot. 58.55, so she gives away 4/10 on that run to Marina Gilardoni, slips behind her by 2/10 of a second. So Marina Gilardoni picks off 1, Savannah Graybill slips 1.
She's in her major's broadcast journalism.
Yeah.
Right? What do you think?
Well, she was very keen to get into the booth here in North America. We'll have to see how next season works out.
Good lines, a little drift. This is now she's started to do a little zigzag down with her toes out and then into this Kreisel curve. You got to have a lot of confidence that you end where you enter and you exit going out underneath. It's quite a challenge. Then down here on the bottom part of the track. Very easy track to get down, Martin. Yeah. Very tough to get down fast.
And as we've seen a few times, quite painful to get down fast here as well. Kimberly Bos, Netherlands next up. Kim, not here that often either. She's done 1 North America's Cup weekend. This is her 38th World Cup, so she's hardly inexperienced, and yet she's only been here once.
Look at the spray come up the ice. Ice is a little soft. Sun setting up there. You can see it coming through to the start area. 5:45 start, 100 better than her first run.
She was tied with Savannah Graybill, who we just saw.
Savannah, 800's better start. Couldn't take advantage of that better start that she had from the first run to the second run. Ooh, tap there.
Kim being coached here by Kristen Bromley, who's got plenty of experience on this track. He's been a race winner here before now.
Really good lines here by Kimberly. She's got nothing to lose here. She just wants a really good
3,300s in the lead. It's a lot of time. Considering again, she was tied with the Savannah Graybill.
She's fighting it a little.
Lost a little bit back, but this will be the leader. This question is, she might lose back a few hundreds to Gilardoni, 29-34. So she held it on the bottom. Marina, you had one time in there. There's Kristen Bromley, former world champion in Altenburg, Great Britain in 2008, and the builder of sleds. His brother Christian works with the Korean team. Kimberly Bos from the Netherlands, through and down.
Big fan of our Dutch TV crew, a big fan of Kim.
She's 11th in World Cup points.
Yeah. That might move her up into top 10, and of course all of that has significance, doesn't it, when you get to the draw
in the World Cup,
the World Championships. Yeah.
Look at the eyes. Oh, she's drifting. She's trying to stay in the middle there. Look at the focus.
Boy. Big smile as ever from Kimberly Bos of the Netherlands. Next up, Renata Kutsina. Like a number of the athletes here, I was chatting to her yesterday. How many trips have you had? One. She said, what, 1 year? No, 1 trip. This was before the second run of training. So she had never been to this track before in her life.
So she's got 3 trips now.
3 trips
total
now,
ever, and she's competing in the World Cup.
Yeah.
That'd be a little tough to do next week at the World Championship.
Yeah.
A different persona out there in that super speedway in Whistler.
I know a lot of athletes who've been to Whistler before. Really looking forward to getting there. 5:42 start, that's good.
There's so many people that love Whistler in the field.
Well, listen, they're all speed freaks, especially skeleton athletes. So you've got your head on the ice, you're doing 75 miles an hour. Of course you love speed and danger.
Well, Martin, with that sun shining the way it is, there's a little vortex here where the sun's on the different parts of the ice.
Yeah.
There's an advantage. It's only going to be like this for about 5 or 7 minutes, 2 or 3 sleds.
Katina only 300s ahead of Kimberly Boss from the first heat. Now she's just creeping in and out of the leads. Yeah. First heat's advantage.
There might cost her.
She's trying to let it fly. This is the critical thing here, isn't it? 900s up, so she's going to...
here without hitting. She does. She'll be the leader.
Yeah. Creeps away.
No problem.
And across the line, that is a 57.91. So that's the first sub-58 run of this heat. And that's 6600s quicker than she went in the first.
Wow.
And up onto the rubber. That won't help the runners for tomorrow. They got a lot more foam and crash mats there.
That replay. What happened? She didn't slow down coming up that hill?
No, she kind of went left there, and it's like she caught the corner of the speed bump.
Well, I'm sure they'll show that to us, but here's the exit of the Kreisel, climbing a little bit on the wall. Look at the uphill part of the track right there. You don't want to go with any mistakes coming uphill in a gravity sport, but she rocketed pretty good on the bottom. She went from 300s to 900s up.
Big smile from Renata Kutsina. 4 sleds down, 12 to go in our penultimate race of the BMW IBSF Women's Skeleton World Cup here in Calgary, Canada. Next on the ice, Belgium's Kim Marmans. She was the first of our starters in the first heat. She's got a 1700s of a second advantage over our current leader, Russia's Renata Kutsina.
5th best start in the first run too, so she didn't have a very good downtime compared to that start, and she matches her start time right to the 100th of a second. Consistency.
Junior World Champion silver medalist a couple of weeks ago in St. Moritz. She has never been to Calgary in her life.
She's another one of these 2 heats in practice, and this is her 4th trip.
Well, I don't know if she did 3 heats in practice. They were allowed to do 3, but sometimes a few athletes didn't.
And all of these athletes, right now it's local time, 5:15, Mark. They have to be out here tomorrow at 7 o'clock because there's an 8:30 call time race right there. But you know, we also take the negative to a positive. The World Championships next week or 2 weeks from now are 4 heats over 2 days. So this is a good warm-up for them to get accustomed with their legs to doing 4 heats in 2 days.
Great preparation for the Worlds. And across the line, 500s in front. Well, that
she
was
lost
close.
a lot of time on the bottom.
Close at the line. She went from 2800s up out of the Kreisel to just 300s in front, 600s in front, 500s in front.
She was a full kilometer down to the Russian.
Now she's very happy with that. Why is at least 12th place so important, I wonder? Let's have a look at our World Cup standings. You can't see them, I can. I wonder what the issue is.
She's 16th in World Cup points. This is up top. This is the combination 8. It's that expansion joint. She's got the tray going a little sideways, the toes out, the anchor. And she's happy with that.
Kim Marmans of Belgium, the race leader, with 11 sleds to go in Calgary. Martin Haven and John Morgan trackside as we continue our penultimate race of the Women's Skeleton World Cup. Yulia Kanakina of Russia. Fastest starter, equal fastest in the field.
5:18 start is the track record. She had a 19 in the first run. 21.
Ooh.
This diminutive little Russian athlete here, Martin, she's only 22 years old. She's got a junior world title underneath her now, and if she figures out how to get down these tracks, she's going to be a dominant force in the next couple of years. And we always like to tell the story. Her previous sporting background, ballet.
Yep. 10th in hand over Kim Marmans in the first heat. And that is coming back down from a quarter second, probably to less than a tenth at the next split.
And this is where she loses the time, though.
Yeah, working
She's
too hard.
She's working all over the sled, you can see that.
She's not driving it, she is fighting it all the way down. And you'll see the difference between her and her teammate Elena Nikitina.
She could drop 3 places behind her teammate.
Yeah, Nikitina's sled is probably as loose, but Yulia can't hang on to it. Kim Marmons moves up.
Coaches can't be happy with that at the start. But she just doesn't seem comfortable on the sled coming down the track. She won her first medal of the season, or her first medal of her career earlier in the season.
Yep.
She's 7th in World Cup points, Martin.
Yep.
She had a 3rd place in Altenburg, which is a very difficult track. So you can't understand where on an easier track like Calgary that she has too many problems. Maybe it's runners. Maybe it's the way she's, set her sled up.
Yep. I think it's been fast and loose, and her timing was just off. She just wasn't on top of it, was she?
I bet you she does better tomorrow. She'll have a different sled set up, and with that start time,
tomorrow's going to be a whole different day, isn't it? Because the weather is going to change dramatically. There is Yulia Kanakina, who is currently 4th of 6 laps.
Rocket clear for Kimberly Murray from Skeleton Star.
So, Kim Marmons of Belgium leads. Next up, Kim Murray of Great Britain. She was originally due to race in Koenigsegg earlier in the new year when the race was snowed off, and so she's in this makeup race.
She wasn't in Lake Placid last weekend. Before that at St. Moritz, her career best, 10th place on that track, that famous natural track that the British call their home track.
She's just coming out with 3.
1700s lead. Pretty decent, 3rd best start. Martin, she's been here on ICC and everything, but I bet you she doesn't have 20 trips down the track.
No, I think you're probably right. She was here in November 2017 for a pair of races. That's it.
Rush, wow, 3500s lead. Scratch in there on the exit of Skid, too, on the exit of Kreisel. But this should be enough. She, no way. 54, she's flying, Martin.
Yeah,
some of these sleds are half-second faster. Yeah.
Ooh,
this is a good run here.
Big height on the exit and at the line.
Well,
57.37.
Almost
second quicker, give or take.
9200's better. That's unbelievable. Martin, at this pace, we could see a track record. If some of the top sleds go 50-hundreds, we're off 50-hundreds off the track record now.
We could be very close indeed to Jane Channel's record from October 2016 in the selection.
5200s. Reneva is off the track record of the first run. And this track's faster than in the second run.
Yes, it is. And it should be a lot quicker tomorrow morning as well. Big skid there. But she
tapped there. That cost her because she got thrown into the finish curve. And that's what caused her high in the outlet.
She can hear Woody in her ears. Let it fly. Although he's not often that polite. So Kimberly Murray is the race leader. Next up is Sophia Griebel. Now Sophia was only 0.08 of a second faster. We've just seen Kimberly Murray go nearly 1 second quicker than her previous run.
But Griebel she's 4th in World Cup points. Yeah. She should not be back here, Martin. Question is, how many times she's been here? She's finished no worse than 6. She hasn't medaled, which was she had a 9th place in Eagles, but she's, not at a double-digit placing. So she needs to fly here to get into the top 10.
The last World Cup race, Sophia was in 5th, so she's a long way shy of where she should be.
That mistake at the Exeter Curve 1 is a no-no.
Well, if she had any speed on board,
she
threw it away there. Ship since then, yeah.
Now you can see the sun is set. So that little vortex I talked about, 7-8 minutes, that's maybe why we just saw the British sled, Kimberly Murray, come down in such a fast time.
Also, I think Kimberly Murray was just fighting it a little less. Maybe the track conditions have come to her setup a bit. You're right.
Wow.
All right, she's
coming back, though. She's 20.
Classic Griebel, isn't it?
She's not going to do it.
No, she's not going to catch her, but in fact, she's not even close to the mark.
She's going to have all she can do to finish in the top 10 in this field.
She'll be ahead of Kim Marmons.
57.80. So, 4,100's better. Yep. I mean, Kimberly Murray was 9,200's better.
Yep.
There's not often in the sport where you go a second faster in the second run.
Yeah. Not unless you've had a real horror show in the first heat. Kimberly Murray, who was in 10th place after the first heat, that might be enough to put her up into the top half dozen. Sophia Griebel slips one.
Here's the mistake. This is, can't do that on this track. That's just a no-no up where the speeds are slow.
See all the black marks on the wall, by the way. That's from the summer bobsleigh trips. They have little rubber bumpers on the side of the sleds. Yves de Bruin spends a lot of his time doing passenger rides in the summer.
Nice work.
Kimberly Murray of Great Britain, the race leader, with 8 sleds remaining. Halfway through our second heat, penultimate World Cup of the women's skeleton season. Next up, Kendall Wessenberg, fresh off a bronze medal a week ago in Lake Placid. Martin Haven and John Morgan trackside calling the action.
Yeah, the 15th best start in the first run of 16 sleds, but she had one of the better lines and speeds down the track. She's going to need another great line down the track to get in that leader's box. Yeah, she got beat by 1,500 at the start by Kimberly Murray. But Martin, again, we saw her win a bronze medal last week.
Yep.
She's a glider. She's good at coming down the track. Just that first 50 meters. She might have got on too early there in the 7th. That's why she's on that right wall there.
Just drifting away a little, 2100s back.
She's got to stop the bleeding. She's 23 or 2400s. She could do it on the bottom. There she goes. That's good speed. 2000, she can get it back to the bottom, but I don't know about that mistake.
Still not as fast as Kimberly Murray. She's giving away about half a mile an hour.
She's going to run out of track.
Yeah, she is. She's going to sit at least a spot here.
She's going to get it. She's going to get close.
She'll be ahead of Sophia Griebel.
1500s.
Yeah.
So she got beat by 1500s at the start. She got beat by 1500s at the bottom. So again, she can drive the sled. It's just on this track, which is a starter's track, it's very difficult to overcome any kind of start deficiency. Give her Kanakina's start, she'd be the leader.
Yeah.
Solid run, fast speeds, 57 at the start.
There you go, 57 at the start, says Coach Tuffy Latour.
Good line here. No spray off the runners. The expansion joint where you hit, where everybody bounces up, but she comes clean. Here she had a little struggle on the exit of that Kreisel. You know, I don't know if there was 1500s there, but
Don't want to see you crashing into it.
Took
Please
a hit in the
brake.
skids and offers her congratulations to our leader with 7 to go. Great Britain will lead after this. Kimberly Murray in the leader's box, Madeline Smith at the line. Second of the 3 British girls, Laura Dees yet to come.
coming. I don't know what the clock is. How much longer has she got the green clock?
She's got this really unique way of starting. She walks up the ice, lays down the sled, backs it up to the block. Never varies.
43 in the first run, 8th best start of the first run. 44, 5th best start. Of course, a couple good starters yet to come.
Just a couple of hundreds slower than her teammate Kimberly Murray. So what did she have? 1800s. So she's got 1600s in hand as she lies down.
So this should be go out to 20. Ooh, it's down to 6.
Wow.
Must have been a mistake up there we didn't see. But again, Martin, remember what I talked about of that track. When Kimberly Murray went down, the sun was just setting, and there were certain parts of the track that was getting this little sunlight that creates some kind of a, you know, lessens the friction. And she went 9200ths better.
Not too far behind, only 1200s back. Little tap and a skid there. It's pretty much standard here.
Yeah, she's falling back too.
Oh, 2200s back. She's going to be behind Kendall Wessenberg, so Kendall lost the spot to Kimberly Murray.
Might get her back from the other
She's
British
going to get
athlete.
it back. She does indeed.
Oh, she falls 3 places.
Yeah.
So
5th
Smith
best
falls
start,
behind there.
4000.
Well, that was a bit of a curate's egg. Good to the Kreisel, not so good below.
And she went only 1600s faster. Her teammate went 9200s faster.
You can see the frustration there as she
I'm
comes
still-
up the in-run.
I'm still going on that thing about the sunlight.
Yeah.
I still think that there's a certain opportunity in time on this track that the sun gets on it.
I'll tell you who will know, the professor of skeleton ice, Jeff Payne.
Yeah, we're going to have to chase him
Yeah,
down.
he'll
I
say,
believe.
he'll say 4:30 to 5, that's when it changes. Every day, good as gold.
Tell you Brian Scheimer stories about the Olympics in 2002, and he wanted to get to a certain draw to go in a certain 8-minute period in the track, which he got. and he went on to win an Olympic medal.
Lots of noise at the top. Cowbells ringing for Jane Channel of Canada here on home ice in Calgary. Top 6 after the first heat. 300s behind Laura Dees.
5:32 start. She should do better. She's one of the better starting athletes in the field.
I love the way she works herself into the zone for the start. Here we go. What's she got? 5:32.
Exact. No drift here.
She was 2100s ahead of Kimberly Murray. She's added another 10th to that advantage with the start. So 3100s up. What's she got in the next split?
2800s. That's a lot.
That is a lot, but it means that she's lost some of that start advantage.
Down to 26, so bleeding a little bit back.
Right, 1500 meters, we're 600 meters in. She's corner 8, she's still got time.
Good. Next clock, we'll see what she does. It's 27, so she stopped the bleeding out of the 100. Good exit here.
Beautiful helmet getting scraped along the ice.
Late. She's going to hit here on the wall.
Yeah.
No, she hit the kick on.
Hits on the take on. That's going to cost her 10.
But she's still going to be the leader, Mark.
Yes, I think so. This is going to be a top 6 finish for Jane Chandler Canada.
2100s. Lost a little bit of time back.
Into first place.
Still.
Yeah.
Couple mistakes in the bottom. I mean, she's happy with that.
She is definitely happy with that. What's her best result been this season? That's her best result was 4th in Sigulda. Since then, only one top 10 finish.
She's been in a slump.
Yes, she has.
Good athlete here, British Columbia athlete. A little bit of a drift there. She got late on curve 1. Toe came out, then here on the bottom part, she's on the wrong side of that straightaway. Look how much she has to take the curve there. She's late,
huge skid.
And that causes her to come over here to take on before she gets into the bottom part of bottom curves. And we could sit here and be so critical, can't we, Martin?
She's either letting it fly or the ice is definitely different from the first heat. 5 to go. Jane Channel leads from Kimberly Murray and Kendall Wessenberg. Let's decide our medals here in Calgary. Last World Cup race for the women in Calgary. This young lady claimed her first World Cup medal with a bronze. Laura Dees in Great Britain since has become Olympic bronze medalist in February. Let's see if she can step up a couple of spots into the medals here.
5th place in Eagles is her best finish of the year. She's not been to every single event. She's back at 15th place in the World Cup Tour, but Martin, this is one of the more experienced athletes in the field.
Sorry, I said bronze medal last time here. She took silver last time here. Tina Herrmann was in bronze.
Well, she's 400s back. That's related to the start. She keeps it at 5, 6, 700s. She can catch her on the bottom. There's the 5. There's some scratching there, though.
That's the helmet. Face down on the ice.
Great exit there.
She's looking good. She's still in the red.
600s.
This is going to be so close with Jane Channel. That's a little better.
There.
That's a little better than Jane Channel. She didn't have the big skid.
700, still lost 100 back.
Speed is equal fastest with Kimberly Murray.
Not too much wrong with this run.
Channel's going to lead at the line. She does by 500s.
Jane Channel works up to the top 5.
However, Laura Dees will finish top 6 no worse.
Olympic medalist.
Kimberly Murray in 3rd place. Laura Dees 2nd. Jane Channel leads with
Kimberly
4
Murray
to go.
Is posting her best finish ever, right?
Yes, sir. She
Never
is.
finished here 10th is her best. I love personal bests out here amongst the athletes. Look at the exit of 8, the expansion joint. They flip up in the air. The toe comes out as a rudder. That looks pretty good. Boy, Martin, she got beat at the start, really, by 700s by Jane. And
yep.
Here, a little drift, sideways skid. She was better there in that curve at 11 than Jane was, but
again, she's got a bloody nose, as she did in the first run of training. It's all this constant hitting of the face on the ice.
We saw that last week.
4 to go. Here is the winner last time out on this track in the World Cup 4 seasons ago. Liz Meyer was then Elizabeth Arche in her first ever World Cup season. She won here her 2nd ever World Cup start.
Born and raised Calgary.
Now she is in a 3-way battle for silver with
300's better start.
400s coming these next 3 sliders.
Yeah, this is really close. These next 3, I think, are going to determine this.
was
podium for the second silver and bronze. I think everybody's chasing
the one that did so well
for
today.
the beat.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's catching Mimi Reneva. She's going to have to give this away, but you want to be in position to catch it if she fumbles it.
Good run here. Give her a medal.
Down the straightaway now.
That's
nice and jelly
pretty
on that
straight.
looking good.
Speed, excellent, 34. She gets out to 40-hundreds. Oh, but that's late there. That's going to cost her.
It is going to cost her, and that might not cost her the lead over teammate Jane Channel, but it might cost her a chance of a medal. 2900s up to what? Is she going to be in teams or single
A lot
digits?
of scratching.
At the line.
Ooh, 25.
25.
Pretty good, though.
And Maya.
Exactly the same run time as Laura Dees. So
3/10 better.
in front.
Martin, 3/10 better.
Yeah.
She's happy with that. No worse than fourth. First time she's ever slid on her home track with a different name.
Yep.
She's happy with it.
Yeah. All right. Now she feels that might be enough for a medal. I'm not going to
I
argue
love
with
these
her.
lines here. Watch their exit. Now, this is out of Kreisel. I don't love this line. Oh, look at her bounce. That's worth some time there, Martin. That's a little bit of hellacious line out of Calgary, out of the track that she's more familiar with. There's her mom, Rita.
Rita.
Hi, Dad, wherever you are.
Yeah, wherever you are. He's not here this weekend, I don't think. We'll see him in Vancouver next week.
For the medals.
3 to go. Tina Herrmann of Germany. Last World Cup race on this track, she was in bronze behind Laura Dees and Elizabeth Meyer. So now
She was a speed master on the bottom part of this track in the first round.
she's going to need even more this time, John.
Well, 100 separates her and Elizabeth Meyer. Meyer just posted a 37th start. First run, Herrmann had a 47. See what she can do, 46. So she's already down 800s. That'll grow out to 10 or 1200s. All things being equal with the start, and she doesn't make a mistake out here.
I know Herrmann is wanting better than
10 or 12 here at the next one.
I think she's going to be in the red.
She's got to
all
stop
the
the
way
bleeding.
to the final clock.
She got to stop the bleeding. No more 60, 60. There's 50. Here she goes. She stopped the bleeding now, Martin. She was flying. The second half of this track of the first run.
Looking good.
The winner here 4 years ago is the leader.
Ooh,
the bronze
nothing
medalist
there.
is not catching her. Hits the wall
Hard hit,
harder.
too. That's not the same speed.
No.
Boy, she's got it down to 5, though, so we're missing something.
Here
She's
she
dirty
comes.
numbers.
There you go. Out of the final clock. She's in the green and at
Speed
the line.
merchant does it.
I don't know where she got that extra speed from.
How does that happen, Martin? It was 2100s deficit on the entrance to Kreisel, and she wins by 2200s.
She's found nearly half a second from the Kreisel on down.
We said it in the first run. She was unbelievable in the bottom part of the track. We didn't
That's
trust
insane.
ourselves.
That is insane.
We didn't try. Well, that's why she was the world champion, European champion,
Yeah.
2015, 14-15 season. Look at the form. This is out of Omega. This is out of the 8 curve. Hits the bump, comes off the sled. That's that expansion joint.
I'm just going to put this out there now. 6 career wins. The last was in January 2017 for Tina Herrmann. I'm not saying she's going to catch Mimi Reneva, but our World Cup points leader, 3 slides away from a first crystal globe, Elena Nikitina of Russia. 100th away from her own start record in the first heat.
Just like her teammate.
That little bit of tape where she ripped the suit on the finish line.
Watch this athlete run. Look at the stride, speed.
And look how close she is to the sled. Her arm is absolutely vertical. All the speed going into the sled. 5:24.
That was a very conservative run. She drifts out of the first curve.
Nicotina.
Now she was 300ths ahead of Tina Herrmann from the first heat.
Pretty close to Elizabeth Meyer, too.
She's outstarted Herrmann by 2200ths, so that's a total of 25. Now out to 3400ths.
28 is coming back already. A lot of scratching there in 7.
It's that big lopsided smile on the helmet being ground
This
away
gets
on
down
the
to
ice.
teens. Watch out. 21. No, she's done. She's held it there.
All right. Now the Kreisel,
hard
big
hit.
hit, big skid. Everybody is finding that transition
Oh,
really
she's in the
difficult.
red.
That's where Tina Herrmann just hit the gas and drove away from everybody else. Now,
Third
how far
best.
is she going down? Third at the
best.
line.
Elizabeth Meyer
She's
wins
out
the
of the
medal.
medals. She's out of the medals, and Tina Herrmann closes in the World Cup points.
Well, Herrmann is third in World Cup points.
All right, she's not out of the medals. She's third, but we have one to go.
Well, the one to go is the one that's on another.
Yeah, but we're commentators, so we can't say stuff like that.
Look
Well,
at the
Elena
discipline.
Nikita,
Look at her bleeding too.
I know, yeah, like so many others, getting a whack with the face
Well,
on the
right
ice.
Here. Watch this. Watch
Yeah,
her
look
come
at
off the
these.
sled here. Watch this. Boom! Fireworks. Fire and ice.
Yeah,
Wow.
nice work with the replays, boys.
Wow.
But it's all those times that the sled bounces up
Remember-
and the face hits the ice or hits
Remember,
the inside the helmet.
in the first heat, she complained about her hip.
Yeah,
That might have affected why she was 500 slower at the start.
might well be.
Oh.
All right, make some noise, Canada, at the top of the track here in Calgary, Alberta. Penultimate World Cup of the season. On the left, her teammate Maddie Chardy videoing the run. This is Mimi Reneva, 2 times a World Cup winner, most recently in January in Samoritz. Can she win in Canada?
This is her race to lose right now. She controls her destiny. She blew the field away in the first heat. Ridiculous what she did in the first heat.
5:32, not quite as quick as her first start, but she was 33 hundredths ahead of her closest rival.
5:32. She is in the lead by 54 hundredths of a second. She believes that
Over half
Fifth
a second up. All right, now Mimi Reneva, find your happy place and just stay there.
Don't jinx her. The lines.
But her first run was just so smooth, like she's been coming down this track for weeks.
She had afterburners on the bottom part of the track here in the exit appraisal.
76.1, only teammate Elizabeth Meyer's been quicker.
6/10, 5400. This is enough to get her to the bottom with her another gold medal, her third
This
of her
is
career.
World Cup win number 3 for Mimi Reneva, her first ever outside of Switzerland. 2 wins in Samoritz. She claims her 3rd career win here on home ice in Calgary, Alberta, in Canada.
Her first ever win in Canada.
Her first ever win that's not in Samoritz.
That's right.
Yeah, she's never
First
won
win in North
anywhere.
America.
First one out of Switzerland. She's never won apart from Samoritz twice. What a huge day for Mimi Reneva. And the World Cup finale kicks off at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yeah,
Elizabeth Meyer there takes bronze. And the last time we had a World Cup race here, Mimi Reneva was not in the field. She had not
Hi,
started
Calgary!
her World Cup
We
career.
gotta save the track!
Yes, we do. Yeah, 30-plus years of history here.
Jane Chanel.
Well,
Good finish. The 3 Canadians in the top 5.
3 in the top 5.
Wow.
Hard to argue with that.
Good reason to save the track. The Canadians are doing this good.
Yes, sir.
Wow. She did it. First heat, second heat. She posted the best times in both runs.
I was going to say what a run, but actually what a pair of runs.
Yeah.
You know, she hit a home run both times up at bat. She's going to come back tomorrow for the season finale. Let's see where that leaves her. Currently, Mimi coming in here was, where was she in World Cup standings? 5th. Well, she is going to jump up the order. Mimi Reneva wins from Tina Herrmann, Liz Meyer, Elena Nikita and Jane Chanel, with Laura Dees rounding out the top half dozen. Maddie Smith in 10th position, ahead of Kim Marmons and the rest of the field. So good result from Maddie Smith. Kimberly Murray in 7th, Laura Dees in 6th. And a great finale to the first of our skeleton races here. They'll go again tomorrow morning. In 3rd, our first round leader, Mimi Reneva, drove up a storm. Fastest in the first heat by 33 hundredths. She went on to win it by 46, despite the turbocharged second run of Tina Herrmann. Even the German couldn't hold a candle to her Canadian rival. So there is Mimi Reneva, Tina Herrmann, and taking the 3rd place flowers,
Thank you,
Liz
sir.
Meyer.
Cheers.
Maya and husband Benny with their new home just a couple of hundred metres from the top of the track. So she's feeling no pain here.
Oh.
And that's it for our makeup race for the women for the missing run in Munich. They come back tomorrow, 0900, 1500 Greenwich Mean Time for the World Cup season finale for women's skeleton. 2 more runs to get it done for Elena Nikitina to take the World Cup title and the crystal globe that goes with it. But who's going to win the race? Only one way to find out. Join John Morgan, me, Martin Haven, and the rest of the IBSF TV crew tomorrow morning at 9, 1500 GMT.